When winter hits and the daylight starts disappearing faster than your motivation to leave the couch, having a few tough indoor plants can make your whole place feel warmer and alive. These are the plants that don't freak out when temperatures drop or when the sun barely shows up for work. I'm talking about the kind of greenery that keeps its cool when the weather gets weird and still manages to brighten your space. Whether your home gets drafty windows, dry air from heaters, or long stretches of low light, these plants handle it like seasoned pros. And honestly, having something green thriving indoors when everything outside looks frozen just feels good. It's like a quiet reminder that not everything shuts down for winter. So today, we're going through the plants that won't just survive the season, they actually keep growing through it. Let's take a look at the 13 best indoor champs that can push through the cold. Tree Philodendron is one of those plants that just shrugs at winter, because it naturally comes from warm, shaded forests where light is filtered and conditions change all the time, so low-light winter days barely bother it. Its thick, glossy leaves hold moisture well, which means it doesn't dry out as fast in heated indoor air, and studies on indoor humidity show that plants with larger leaf surfaces like this can help keep rooms from feeling too dry during colder months. It also handles cooler indoor temperatures easily, staying steady as long as your home stays above about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which most people keep their houses at anyway, making it a reliable winter survivor. Plus, the plant keeps slowly growing, even when daylight is weak, and NASA's clean air research ranked philodendrons among efficient toxin removers, so it's not just surviving winter but actually helping your air quality while it does it. Monstera handles winter indoors better than most big leaf plants, because it naturally grows under dense rainforest canopies, where light is already limited, so those short, gloomy winter days don't throw it off much at all. Its thick, waxy leaves store moisture efficiently, which keeps it from drying out in heated homes, and research shows Monstera can maintain steady growth at light levels as low as 50 to 100 foot candles, which is about what most rooms get in winter. It also tolerates cooler indoor temperatures down to around 60 degrees Fahrenheit without stress, making it a dependable plant when the season gets unpredictable. And the cool part is it still helps clean the air while everything outside is dormant, giving you a fresh, leafy vibe even when the weather looks miserable. Air plants are surprisingly tough in winter because they don't rely on soil at all, which means they avoid the biggest cold season problem, soggy roots. They absorb moisture and nutrients through their leaves, and studies show that tillandsias can handle humidity swings better than most houseplants, making them perfect for dry, heated indoor air. They also stay healthy in lower light, since many species naturally grow tucked under tree canopies where sunlight is filtered, so short winter days don't really slow them down. And since they only need a quick soak every couple of weeks, they stay alive and steady even when the season makes everything else high maintenance, giving you a plant that thrives, while the rest of your indoor garden takes a break. Parlor Palm is one of the most winter-friendly indoor plants, because it was literally made for low light, growing naturally under thick forest canopies, where the sun barely reaches, so short winter days won't throw it off at all. It also tolerates cooler indoor temperatures down to about 55 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is perfect for homes that get a little chilly, and its slow growth rate means it doesn't demand much water during the season either. Studies on indoor air quality often highlight palms for their ability to trap dust on their fronds, which actually helps rooms feel cleaner during those closed-window winter months. And since it stays green and full even when outdoor plants are frozen solid, it gives your home that soft tropical vibe right when you need it the most. Umbrella plant handles winter indoors like a champ, because it naturally grows in shaded, understory environments, where light is already low, so those dim winter days barely faze it. Its sturdy, glossy leaves hold moisture well, which helps it stay healthy even when indoor heating dries the air out. And research shows Schefflera can maintain good growth at moderate light levels, around 100 to 150 foot candles, which most winter windows easily provide. It also tolerates cooler indoor temperatures down to the low 60s without stress, making it one of the more forgiving plants during seasonal drops. And the cool thing is that it keeps producing fresh new leaf clusters slowly through winter, giving your space a bright, steady green look while everything outside goes dormant. Jade Plant is one of the toughest winter survivors because it stores tons of moisture in its thick, fleshy leaves, which means dry indoor air from heaters barely affects it, and it can go weeks between waterings without losing strength. Since it naturally grows in rocky, bright but cool environments, it tolerates winter temperature dips indoors as long as the room stays above about 55 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which most homes easily do. Its slow, steady metabolism lets it handle low-light winter days without stress, and studies on cam succulents show they conserve water more efficiently than regular plants, making them ideal for cold season conditions. And even in winter, jade still helps freshen the air and adds that clean, sculptural look that makes a room feel alive when everything outside is bare. Philodendron stays steady through winter because it evolved in deep rainforest shade, so those short, low-light winter days feel pretty normal to it, and it keeps growing even at light levels that would stall most houseplants. Its leaves hold moisture well, which helps it handle dry indoor heating without crisping up, and studies show philodendrons maintain healthy growth at 50 to 100 foot candles, a range most winter windows still provide. It's also comfortable in cooler indoor temperatures down to about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, making it one of the least fussy plants when the season gets unpredictable. And the best part is that it continues filtering indoor air during the months you keep your windows shut, giving your home a fresher vibe while everything outside is freezing. Areca palms handle winter indoors surprisingly well because they're naturally adapted to dappled light under taller trees, so those weak winter rays still give them enough energy to stay healthy. Their feathery fronds hold moisture without drying out too fast, which helps them deal with the low humidity that comes from heaters running non-stop. Studies on indoor air quality often mention Areca palms as strong natural humidifiers, releasing moisture back into the room, which is a huge bonus in winter when everything feels dry. And even though they prefer warmth, they stay stable as long as your home stays above about 65 degrees Fahrenheit, making them one of the most reliable tropical plants to brighten your space when the cold season hits. String of pearls survives winter indoors better than most trailing succulents, because each little bead stores water like a tiny reservoir, which keeps it from drying out in heated homes when humidity drops. Since it grows naturally in shaded rocky areas, it can handle the weaker winter light coming through windows, needing only about 100 to 150 foot candles to stay steady, which most bright rooms can still offer. It prefers cooler temperatures during its dormant season, so winter conditions around 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit actually match what it experiences in nature, helping it hold its shape and color. And because it hardly needs watering in winter, sometimes only once every 3 to 4 weeks, it stays healthy with minimal effort, giving you a unique, sculptural plant that keeps its quirky charm all season long. Jade plant is practically built for winter because its thick underground rhizomes store tons of water, letting it go weeks, sometimes even months, without needing a drink, which is perfect when indoor air gets dry from heaters. It also thrives in extremely low light, with studies showing it can survive at light levels as low as 10-foot candles, so those dim winter days don't slow it down at all. Jade handles cooler temperatures down to around 55 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit without stress, meaning it stays steady even if your home gets chilly at night. And the best part is how it keeps its glossy deep green leaves through the entire season, quietly filtering indoor air and making your space feel fresh when everything outside is cold and dull. Rubber plant stays strong through winter because its thick, leathery leaves hold moisture incredibly well, helping it handle the dry indoor air that comes from heaters running all day. Since it naturally grows under tall forest canopies, it's used to softer, filtered sunlight, which means those weak winter rays are still enough for it to keep going. Research on indoor plants shows that ficus species can tolerate cooler indoor temperatures, down to about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, so normal winter household conditions won't bother it at all. And even during the cold season, it continues to pull toxins from the air, giving your home a cleaner, fresher feel while everything outside looks dull and dormant. Aloe is built for winter survival because its thick, gel-filled leaves act like water tanks, letting it go weeks without a drink even when indoor heating dries out the air. Since aloe naturally grows in bright but sometimes cool desert conditions, it handles winter temperature drops indoors, as long as the room stays above about 55 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is right in the range most homes maintain. It also tolerates weaker winter sunlight surprisingly well, especially near a south or west-facing window, where it can still get a few hours of brightness. And the best part is that aloe keeps purifying the air while staying low maintenance, giving you a clean, sculptural, steady green plant during the months when everything outside is cold and still. Haworthia is one of the easiest plants to keep alive in winter, because it naturally comes from rocky, shaded deserts where light is soft and temperatures shift a lot, so those short, weak winter days indoors barely affect it. Its thick, patterned leaves store plenty of moisture, which helps it handle the dry air from heaters without shriveling. And studies on small succulents show Haworthias can stay healthy at light levels as low as 100-foot candles, perfect for winter windowsills. It also prefers cooler conditions during its slow growth season, staying comfortable anywhere from 55 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which lines up perfectly with typical winter indoor temps. And because it barely needs water in winter, sometimes only once a month, it remains firm, glossy, and beautifully compact with almost no effort, giving you a tough little plant that stays sharp while the world outside freezes. Thanks for hanging out with me and checking out these tough indoor plants that can actually handle winter without falling apart. If you're tired of watching your greenery struggle every cold season, picking even one of these can make a huge difference in how your space feels. Keeping a little life around when everything outside looks frozen really does boost your mood more than you'd think. If you found this list helpful, make sure to hit subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment telling me which plant you're trying this winter. I'll see you in the next one.